So we know last offseason the priority was all about getting Jameis Winston some help, getting them some weapons on offense. This offseason, with the defense being last in the league, you know what time it is. So in this video, we're going to talk about the offseason moves the Bucs have made so far and why I think they're setting themselves up to have a chance to go from worst to first in the NFC South Division. And we're starting right now. What up, dude? What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. You guys already know what it is. It's a channel you might not tell you what you want to hear, but we're definitely going to tell you what you need to hear. This is your first time here. I'll give you a recap and analysis on the best division in the NFL, the NFC South. So if you want to see more videos about the Bucs, the Panthers, the Saints, or the Falcons, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. Give the video a thumbs up. Go ahead and share it with your friends. There's somebody that might like this video. But without further ado, let's get into it. But hey, real quick, you guys, let me know what you think down below in the comments, how the Bucs have done so far. You think Jason Licht has actually been doing what he needs to do to make these things happen? Do you think that JPP move was solid? Do you think it was lopsided? Do you think he should be paid that 4-year, $62 million deal that he signed last year with the Giants? Let me know down below in the comments. Of course, all Bucs fans know that pass defense and defensive line had to be addressed in this offseason, and you got to give credit to Jason Licht for making it a priority. So in the last video, I talked about the same things and also talked about a few other things I need to address in the offseason. So if you want to see that, go ahead and click the card somewhere up here and check that one out. But like I said, you have to give Jason Licht credit. He made all the moves that all the Twitter and couch general managers for the Buccaneers fan base wanted him to make, and he addressed that D-line. So they gave up a third and a fourth to get JPP in the fourth, of course. Everybody knows by now. JPP, his production may not be as high as it has been, but this guy's an every down player. He's rangy, he's long, he's athletic. Back home in the Sunshine State, so he's going to be a little bit more motivated. Not to mention he plays hard, man. So this guy, even though he's missing half his hand on one side, he's going to give it all he's got, whether he's got a club on or a Captain Hook hand or whatever he's got on his hand. This guy's going to play his all. Now, my only drawback about this is that 4-year, $62 million contract he's on. It's kind of stiff, a little over $15 million a year for JPP. It's all right, but with the Bucs needing as much help as they did, I think it was a pretty mutual trade for both sides. I mean, the Giants and David Gettleman, you know how cutthroat he is if he's paid attention to anything that's happened to the Panthers the past few years. This guy, he's not about overpaying guys, and if you don't want to be there, he's going to get you out of there. But the thing that has all Bucs fans rubbing their hands together and licking their lips is the Vinny Curry signing from the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. So we all know Super Bowl winning teams always get picked apart in free agency the next year because there's always a bunch of pieces. Everybody thinks they were so pivotal and important to that team and they deserve a piece of the pie to get paid. So the team that won the Super Bowl can't keep everybody. Jason Licht, he took advantage. He sat back there like, hey man, listen, I'm going to give you what you deserve. The Eagles don't think you deserve to be here. The Eagles wanted to sign Michael Bennett and Haloti Ngata to kick him to the curb, but the Bucs said, hey, come on down to the Sunshine State, baby. Just hearing his press conference has to make you excited about his integrity, his intensity, his mentality. He said tackles for a loss are just as good as sacks because we all know they have one of the best D-lines in the league. It took them to a Super Bowl. It almost lost in one, but the D-line ended up making that one play that they needed to in the Super Bowl game. And being that this team has a pretty young core, it's got to be good to have a veteran presence like Vinny Curry with their Super Bowl championship on his belt to come and help show these guys what it takes to win. And I know Bucs fans are going to be welcome to see some fresh faces in there, especially if they kick big Chris Baker to the curb for having his half a sack, not one half sack, a half a sack last season. Not to mention his little shouting match that happened after the Panthers game last year that we all know about that was kind of whatever. Who knows what was going on there, but he had to go. Now, I was shocked to see the cutting of Robert Ayers. However, if they were going to keep Vinny Curry and JPP, they had to trim the fat. I think they knew they wanted to bring in some other guys. So Robert Ayers, he was a pretty decent guy. I wanted to see what he could do. I kind of believed in him, but hey, it's a business, man. If you can get JPP and Vinny Curry instead of those guys, I mean, you're going to quickly forget about Robert Ayers. Sorry. So pairing up Vinny Curry, Gerald McCoy, and JPP on the D-line sounds like a pretty fierce lineup to have going forward. Of course, they added a little bit more depth with some other guys like Bo Allen and whatnot, but you got to have a good feeling about this rotation they have going now, which is going to help increase the pressure, which is by far going to help the secondary by itself without even having to make any major moves in the secondary. So with that pick, that top 10 pick these guys have, it's setting them up. So if Barkley falls to them, they may go. I know there's been some rumors that Barkley may fall and whatever. Who knows? That he may be available for the Bucs. We'll see. If he's there, they'll probably take him. I see them taking DB because that's the next best thing they need. They need Derwin James, maybe Denzel Ward. Who knows? I would say safety help for sure. I love Derwin James, man. I don't know, man. He's just one of those Florida State guys that you got to believe in. I mean, they have a huge pedigree. We see Jalen Ramsey doing this thing now, Xavier Rhodes, guys like that. FSU has been DBU for the NFL, so you got to have some faith in what they got going on. I like Derwin James here if Saquon Barkley's not there. I know Saquon Barkley has been my draft crush for the Bucs, and it would be great if he falls there. There's been some rumors that he might fall all the way down to the Bucs. We'll see. Of course, they need DB help. That's what Jason Licht has done this offseason, set it up so they can just go get who they need to for that position. The running back position is deep anyway, so you can wait. There's Sony Michel. Sony Michel could be a third-round pick, man, and that would be beautiful if the Bucs could pick him up. He's versatile. He can add to the rotation. Peyton Barber, I think, is slated to be the starter right now, which is fine, but I like them on the running back committee approach until maybe Sony Michel or whoever the young guy they bring in takes the reins of that offense. And a little competition won't hurt anything. Maybe Peyton Barber will actually play better when he has somebody pushing him that he knows that the franchise has faith in. Maybe he'll take it personally. Who knows? But you guys let me know how you think the Bucs have done so far. They addressed that D-line. I know we got to be happy and satisfied. Let me know who you think they're going to go in the draft now based off of all these D-line moves they've made to improve that last-ranked sack defense. Without further ado, you guys stay up. I'll see you next time.